moving on to the big story we're tracking this evening. On the cusp of two religious festivals, Lakshmi Pooja and Eid-e-Milad, the communal cauldron has again been stirred in Bengal. On the outskirts of the capital city of Kolkata, two communities clashed, leaving behind a trail of destruction and dread. It started with a miscreant allegedly ripping apart an Islamic flag on Saturday night. This was followed by a minor clash between two communities, and after a lull for a few hours came the storm. Last night, it rained bombs, bricks and bottles. Videos doing the rounds on social media show a mob on rampage. The BJP has been alleging that this bamboo structure was a pandal put up for Lakshmi Pooja. Men with sticks can be seen pulling down the bamboo structure and vandalizing the pandal. Moving on to another story, video that shows massive flames razing shops and homes to the ground. Some men can be seen with bamboo and hockey sticks and wearing helmets. They rummage through the rubble as a huge fire blazes on. Another video, in fact, shows Ekbalpur police station surrounded by a mob holding flags. The BJP has alleged that on Mamta Banerjee's orders, the police was seen fleeing the station instead of controlling the mob. Remember, Mamta Banerjee is both the Chief Minister and also the Home Minister of Bengal. The opposition has now alleged that the situation has completely spiraled out of control and have written to Union Home Minister to deploy central forces. In fact, Times now also travelled to Mominpur and gets you these glimpses of what really happened that evening. Take a look.
पूरा सब हमार टीवी घर सब एकदम ही रहेगा सर। हम लोग नहीं थे सर, भागा भागी होने लगा, हम लोग चले गए, घर में ताला भी नहीं मारा, ऐसे चिपकी मार के चले गए जान बचाने का।
This is a taxi which was standing here on this very lane, which was completely vandalized. And if you're walking from that side, you would find bricks like this have been kept accumulated. There are also glass shards.
हम तो ड्यूटी में थे सर, जब ड्यूटी से आ रहे देख रहे दंगा हो रहा सर, यहाँ ईटा पत्थर चल रहा, इधर में मेरा घर टूट गया, बगल में घर टूट गया।
बहुत चीज नुकसान किया, कितना चार टैक्सी तोड़ दिया।
So yes, this has indeed triggered a war of words. The BJP has lashed out at Mamta Sarkar, saying it's only one community, the Hindus, who were under attack all throughout. Here them allege that there is a sense of distorted empowerment to a specific community under the TMC.
Now, what I've written to the Prime Minister is that this should, more than seeing it as a communal incident, this is a part of a sort of distorted empowerment which leads to a certain form of swagger. It's a form of dadagiri which exists. And that dadagiri manifests itself in things like this.
এর পিছনে ভারতকে যারা ভাঙতে চায়, যারা কাশ্মীরে আজাদি চায়, সেই শক্তি আছে, তারা ফান্ডিং করেছে।
दंगा बोलना भी इसे गलत है। एक तरफा मार चल रहा था, वहाँ पे अनुसूचित जाति के लोग जो हिंदू वहाँ पे है उनके ऊपर आक्रमण चल रहा है और सारे टीएमसी ही करते थे। ऐसा नहीं कि बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता है। पुलिस कभी टेबल के नीचे छुप रही थी, थाना पूरा हाईजैक हो गया था, थाना दखल कर लिया था दंगाई होने, और पुलिस पूरी तरीके से हेल्पलेस दिख रही थी।
पुलिस, administration and this government, especially Honorable Chief Minister, takes law and order action with 30% or without 30%. The books have changed. The police rule book, I think, have changed. And when these dudhel guru that we say, the milking cows, when they create this kind of destruction, rampaging, we don't see police taking action.
Well, after another fiery clash on their watch, the TMC has once again dismissed, dodged and deflected blame. Listen in.
Incident occurred that was unfortunate, but that kind of incidents in some area that can be between two clubs, two organizations. BJP is trying with their politics of vulture, because there may be a clash between two clubs. They are trying to project the issue in a particular their style with some religious color, and BJP should concentrate in their own states what is going on in UP, gang rape, murder.
Well, viewers now remember West Bengal has a long history of political violence which is not restricted to pre and post-election periods alone, as has been indicated by this latest round of violence in several parts of Kolkata as well. The allegations by the BJP are serious in nature, though the TMC says there's nothing communal about these clashes. But how did the mob manage to overrun the cops? Where does it leave the people of the state as far as the law and order situation there is concerned? Let's quickly open this up. We have our guest joining us this evening. We have Guru Prakash, BJP spokesperson, with us. Also with us is Mr. Binay Singh, who's a political analyst. But my first question is to Professor Manojit Mondal, the TMC spokesperson on this panel this evening. Professor Mondal, now we've heard the BJP reactions come in since early this morning. Since late last night for that matter, we've seen them take out a protest on the streets of Kolkata. And before I take in the BJP reaction this evening, I want to understand from you, according to the TMC, what really happened in these pockets of Kolkata. Clearly, there was a violence that broke out on the streets. Houses and shops were set ablaze, vehicles were vandalized. A police station was taken over by the mob. Clearly, the police could not contain the law and order situation.
So first of all, the police have taken action. So far as we could understand, there is a clash between two groups. But as Kunalda has rightly pointed out, BJP is in their favorite hunt. They want to communalize every other issue in this country. We do not have any information that this spirals out because of a kind of any communal problem. We had a very peaceful Durga festival very recently. Nothing happened. We had a very peaceful Lakshmi Pooja yesterday, and also Eid Miladun Nabi. Nothing happened. It could be a clash between two clubs, can be between two groups, but there is no communal tension in that particular area as far as the police is concerned. BJP will try to do this.
No, but what would you say to the allegations of how a pandal where Lakshmi Pooja was to take place, that pandal was brought down?
First of all, I tell you, this is absolutely on the face of it. This is so horrendously, stupid. Lakshmi Puja does not take place outside in a market. It's a puja which we do at our home. There's no question of any pandal being erected for Lakshmi Puja. And Durga Puja happened I think 1 week back. I mean, this is something that BJP is always trying to do. I mean, how can you have pandals for Lakshmi Puja? It is a puja that we do at our home. Everyone in this state and even beyond the state, wherever there is Bengali Hindu population, they do their Lakshmi Puja at home. And there was a structure, maybe the structure which was there since in the last 1 week, all the Durga Puja.
So you're saying there's no proof to the fact that the shops, the homes that came under attack, that were set on fire, belong to one particular community? Is that what you're saying?
It on the face of it that we do not erect pandal for Lakshmi Puja. How? What more you want to understand? Lakshmi Puja takes place at our home, in the corner and the temple at home that we have.
No, that's why I'm asking you. You're saying that the houses, the shops, the vehicles that were damaged, the houses that were set on fire had nothing to do with one particular community. Is that what you're saying?
Certainly not. Certainly not. That particular area, we know that was sensitive, and that's why police took action immediately, even because of a clash between two groups. And we are definitely the police is definitely trying to ascertain the real reason behind the clash. I mean, this is an unfortunate incident. Luckily, no life is lost. Maybe because of two crowds, maybe because of two groups. But BJP from a distance इन लोगों को सूख के पता चल जाता है कि कम्युनल क्लासेस है।
सर दिख रहा है सड़कों पे आग लगी हुई है, दिख रहा है। That's why we're asking you, why was the police not able to contain the law and order situation? Weren't they standing there as mute spectators? There are allegations being leveled that the mob took over the police station in Ekbalpur and nothing could be done. All right, you're ruling out all of those allegations, so let's hear from the BJP because they are making these claims. Mr. Guru Prakash, what proof is there with you to allege that one particular community was targeted and all of this was done deliberately on Sharad Purnima during Lakshmi Puja? Hold on, Professor Mondal. Let's hear it from the BJP. No, then you can come in.
Making horrendous comment based on your perception.
I am not saying this. The BJP is saying this, and that's why I want you to hold on patiently, wait for a BJP response. Mr. Guru Prakash, go ahead.
That narrative.
No, you see, this is the sort of behavior, and you are saying that you have faith in democracy. Nowhere, not even one occasion, did the TMC spokesperson condemn the violence. This is the most incompetent government in the history of West Bengal. The most incompetent government in the history of West Bengal. Violence is happening. There is an institutional support to this violence. This is the height of minority appeasement. Let me put this very clearly. Law and order is a state subject. There is absolutely no problem with respect to that. The police comes under the state government, and the police of the West Bengal government were nothing but just a mute spectator. They saw this violence being unleashed on the Hindus right in the middle of city. The capital of West Bengal, Kolkata, the area in the capital, in the middle of the city, Kolkata, this is happening. And now you were nowhere, you have condemned the violence.
Okay,
you don't have the audacity to call a spade a spade.
So you can respond to what Professor Mondal had said. He says that there is no proof to these claims, that this was one particular community being targeted.
Can I respond?
You have to understand that there are enough evidences available on social media. You just need to keep your eyes open. Since morning on national television, on Twitter, there are videos on social media where the West Bengal police is sitting like a mute spectator to the violence that is being unleashed on the streets of Kolkata. And this is not the first time. We still remember the Khela Hobe violence on May 2nd after the West Bengal elections. The Dalits of West Bengal, the backward communities of West Bengal, the tribals of West Bengal, the women of West Bengal, the thugs of the Trinamool Congress, the gundas of the Trinamool Congress, the way they unleashed violence. This is very similar to Khela Hobe. This is very similar to the Direct Action Day. And let me tell you, let me make this very clear. This is not for the first time. The government of West Bengal, Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee, this is the heights of minority appeasement. This is the heights of minority appeasement. You have not condemned the violence
the BJP
till now.
has been saying, and I want Mr. Binay Singh to come in. A quick word from Binay Singh. Hold on, Mr. Prakash. The BJP, Mr. Binay Singh, says that the current state of violence against Hindus in Mominpur was reminiscent of past attacks in Havda, Nadia and Murshidabad district. They're saying this is a pattern that has found itself to reoccur every now and then, and the TMC is just sitting on it.
Yeah, there is a pattern. It's a part of a series, and we don't call it riot. Riot is always two-sided. This is a simple massacre, you can say. And Mamta, don't call it Mamta Sarkar again. It is a Nirmamta Sarkar. And this is a massacre intended to ethnic cleansing of Hindus in West Bengal. They want to drive away all the Hindu population out of West Bengal. And many districts, now we can witness the same thing. Hindus have totally migrated. Many blocks are there where Hindus have totally migrated. The Hindus are zero in numbers in those blocks. And
so this person,
look, murder of Hindus supported by the government machinery, this has become a permanent feature of West Bengal politics. It was there for the 5-6 decades. But in TMC regime, this has moved to a next league. The minority appeasement, that has moved to a totally next league. It was there for the 5-6 decades. And Mamta must go. Mamta must go. It's high time. And it's a SOS call from, I think, the people of West Bengal, from the Hindus of West Bengal. In their own country, they have become
back to
targets.
The issue here, the
in their own
question that
country,
is being asked on
targets.
why was the police acting as mute spectators. Let me go across to Professor Mondal on that. Professor Mondal, now, you know, the BJP has been pointing out that the violence has been reoccurring in several forms. We've seen this. And this is perhaps, you know, the government surrendering to the wrath of the goons. Because how is it that in Ekbalpur, the mob completely surrounds the police station and nothing is being done about it? I mean, that's a police station we're talking about after all.
Systematic riots take place in this country in BJP rule state. From 2017 onwards, before the UP election till now, the rise 20 to 30% rise in communal cases. They cause it systematically. It happened in Delhi 2 years back. 50% were killed because of BJP's police power. It happened in UP. It happened in Gujarat. Nothing of this sort of happened in Bengal. And the person who is masquerading as a political analyst, I believe, he should be hauled up for saying what he said on national TV. Ethnic cleansing? Oh my God, you should be ashamed of yourself.
No, but why,
Have you ever visited
why aren't you
this
responding on the
country?
charges being leveled against the TMC in West Bengal? We'll talk about the other states later. But what's happened yesterday, what are you going to, how are you going to justify it? Because there are questions being asked of the Kolkata police. Questions being asked on whether or not the police was asked to stand aside.
Violence happens, nobody justifies violence. But what we condemn is the way this violence is being politicized by BJP. Look at my friend's statement.
But to begin with, Professor Mondal, is there a basic acknowledgement that yes, there was a law and order situation that could not be brought under control? Yes, the police could not contain the situation.
There is a dangerous acknowledgement on your part when you allow this kind of narrative to go on national TV. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Sir, we are just asking you questions that are being asked of you. If you do not give us straight answers and resort to this kind of a rhetoric, it's not going to come up. It's not going to serve any purpose, sir.
Do you allow me to even answer? Look at what your friend was talking about. Social media में पता चलता है किस तरह का right है. So their evidence is restricted to social media. Who go by the police account, go by the IISS account. They said social media, Nandigram, forceful violence,
sir,
you are inquiring into it.
Just to interrupt you there, we started this broadcast with details and versions that were put out by eyewitnesses. We'd shown you pictures of how some of the houses and shops could be seen completely burnt inside. So nobody is making this up. But we're asking you, why was the situation not brought under control immediately? Why were we seeing fire in several parts and several pockets of Kolkata?
There were some incidents, clashes between two groups. No life has been lost, and the person who is there.
Okay, Mr. Prakash, one quick rebuttal. There is no proof to the fact that this was just targeting of one particular community. Mr. Prakash.
I just fail to understand the insensitivity, the crass insensitivity of the TMC spokesperson. He is saying on live television that there were some incidents. Houses were demolished. घर बनाने में कितना समय लगता है पता है आपको? घर तोड़ने में कोई वक्त नहीं लगता, लेकिन घर बनाने अब आप बीच में बोल रहे हैं अब यहाँ वायलेंस करेंगे. You want to do violence here? यहाँ वायलेंस कर लीजिए. अब आप ये संस्कार है टीएमसी के. This is the संस्कार of Trinamool Congress. This is the sanskar of Trinamool Congress. अब यहाँ डिस्टर्ब करिए. Show some democracy, show some decency. Show some decency, sir.
All right.
Show some decency.
We've seen this kind of war of words take place on the streets in Kolkata, and we've seen the kind of charges that are being leveled by the BJP, the counter that's coming from the TMC. But here's to just hoping that the flames are brought under control before it spreads like wildfire. I'm going to have to leave it at that, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here on Times Now this evening.